she's considering seminary or in it currently, and she may be discouraged. She may be, wondering, is it really worth it to finish my degree? If you could shed a little bit of light on that and just share a little bit of encouragement or advice.
I think for a perfectionist or recovering perfectionist, recovering sinner, for me to realize, and for you to realize, that the goal is not perfect grades. The goal is to grow in your relationship with Christ through the material that you're going to read. Don't get caught in the trap of thinking that because you're in seminary and because you're reading the Old Testament for class or the New Testament for class, you're studying for class, that replaces personal devotion in the Word and personal Bible study, because the two are so different. I mean, I think the other thing is don't think that once I finish seminary, I will start ministry, because the idea is that you would be doing ministry all along. And ministry doesn't have to be an official capacity. And if you're serving someone else, it's ministry.
I have an opportunity to speak into a lot of women that are at seminary, and that is a question that comes up often. Why am I even doing this? And here's what I would challenge, and what I do challenge them with is just, for whose glory? Whose glory are you doing this? If the Lord's called you to this, you need to do it, and you need to do it well. If the Lord's called you to something completely different, like Garnetta said, ministry isn't about having a position or a job that is called ministry. All of us are called to be ministers of the word. And so you can work at Chick-fil-A and be a minister of the word, and be in ministry. You can be a garbage man and be a minister of the word. There's just, we don't want to make it about us in being in ministry. And so that would be my encouragement, is take a step back and think, for whose glory am I doing this? And how, if the Lord's called me to this, then I need to do this, and I need to do it well, and I need to finish this. And so, yes, it's going to be hard. Maybe it means that I don't take as many classes at once. I mean, you do have to consider the season of life you're in and where you're at and how your abilities to pile all of it on. And so maybe it does mean that you slow your pace down a bit, but if the Lord's called you to it, keep that. I don't know if you make a sticky note or something to post on your mirror every morning to remind you, this is what I'm called to, and that's why I'm doing this, so that you can refocus and do it well unto the Lord.
Yeah, absolutely. I think my advice and my encouragement would be focus in your relationship with the Lord. Get to know him, and don't be so consumed with wanting to figure out when are you going to do ministry or how ministry is going to look like for you, but we have to seek first the kingdom of God. The more you get to know him, the more you want to serve him, and the more you get to know him, the less you care about how your service looks like and where. Right. So if you're not in love with him, getting to know him more, you're going to burn yourself up really quickly. You're going to forget why you're doing what you're doing. And then you're going to be tired and you're going to want to run away and quit. Just let me remind you that we do work with sinners, and ministry is not easy because of that. If ministry was easy, then we would not be working with sinners at all. So the thing is, in every single conversation that we do and every single thing that we do, just to remember the reason what you're doing, and it's because you love the Lord.
it's interesting to see the common theme with each of those answers and how it's always a redirection and a refocusing, remembering the why more than oftentimes the how is it going to work out? How are we going to make it to the end when I'm only a year in and there's 2-3 more years left? And so always remembering the why do we start? And it was because of God's calling on our life. And that, I think, is knowing the why helps us get to the end, knowing this is why it's worth it, is to be trained in theology and to be able to minister to other women and the different people that we are able to impact.